Welcome to Insanely Positive. Your oasis of joy when the world seems grey and full of grumpy faces. I'm Suzanne Freiherz. Thank you for joining me. I'll feed you buckets of joy to bring out your best self so you can live your best life. Hello everyone. Today we want to do some muscle training. Yes, we want to train the muscles that are able to pull the corners of the mouth up. So today is all about smiling. Today is all about activating joy. And today I want to invite you to make a habit of smiling, even though you don't feel like smiling at all. So, why do I suggest to smile? Although you don't feel like you want to be happy, you don't feel happy, you don't see a reason to be happy, and you don't want to be happy. We all know this feeling when we're grumpy and we're like, I don't want to smile. So why does it make sense to lift the corners of your mouth when you feel like that? The reason I think is we have two options in life. Either we take control of our life, of our emotions, or we just react to what is going on around us. We just wait for someone to make us happy, or we wait for circumstances to change and to become better. And the question is, how do we want to live? I don't know about you, but I don't want to be dependent on circumstances and only be happy when there is an outside reason to be happy or when someone comes and cheers me up. I prefer to take control of my life and my emotions. So when we agree on that, we can continue. Let's talk about the power of a smile. Why does it work? What is the magic of a smile? And I really think that smiling and laughing is magical. A smile or laughter has so much power that we all know this situation when someone next to us is laughing and laughing and laughing and we have no idea what this is about. We join in. we don't know why, but we have to laugh too. So this is the power of laughter and of smiles. It just works. We have no logical reason, but we join in the laughter of somebody else and suddenly we feel happy too. And I think that's really kind of magic, isn't it? So a smile works even though we have no logical reason to be happy or to be laughing. It just works. And it also works when we don't want to laugh or we don't want to be happy. We want to be grumpy. And how does this work? Well, it's very, very simple. All we have to do is lift the corners of the mouth. That's it. That's all. But then leave them lifted. Just take all of your strength and endurance and keep the corners of your mouth lifted against gravity. Against the feeling inside where you're like, I'm grumpy, I'm sad, I don't want to laugh. Even against all that, keep the corners of your mouth lifted. Just keep on smiling. And what happens is you will notice that it's kind of really awkward. And maybe you find yourself lifting the corners of your mouth and you go like, oh my, I'm lifting the corners of my mouth. It's not working. I'm not happy yet. And I really feel kind of stupid. That must look so creepy when I stand here, my corners of the mouth are lifted. That's so awkward. And that's kind of part of the game, honestly. Because when you feel kind of awkward or creepy or whatever, and really silly, use this fact to laugh about yourself. This is so amusing to do this exercise and to feel so silly. And then just let it happen. Feel silly and just have a good laugh about this feeling and about yourself. Laughter and a smile, they have the power to transform emotions and whole situations. And when I do this, and of course I do everything I share here with you, I just often think of this one episode of The Big Bang Theory where Sheldon tries to be friendly. And as we all know, this is kind of hard for him. And his friends, they tell him, well, try to smile. And then he tries, he really tries. Well, he lifts the corners of his mouth and it's kind of, his face is amazing. I hope you know this episode, and if not, please check it out and watch it because it's so funny. He tries to smile and he kind of creates this really creepy face, and Wolowitz looks at him and stares at him and is like, oh crap, that's terrifying. And then Leonard looks at him and he says, we're here to see Kuthra, not kill Batman. And then they try to help him and they make all kinds of suggestions. Well, like, try less teeth. And then he tries, but it's not getting any better. And then they kind of give up because he still looks so creepy. And they say, okay, close enough. And I think that's what this exercise is about. Close enough is enough. And honestly, the sillier you feel doing it, the more fun you will have with this whole exercise. So maybe think of Sheldon. If you know his face, it's hilarious. It's enough to think about the face and you already have to smile and laugh. And I love to think of this scene. It always makes me laugh and it helps me to activate joy and happiness. And I think we can just enjoy this feeling of feeling silly. And I think it's also important to be able to laugh about ourselves. It makes life so much easier when we just have this space inside where we can just make fun of ourselves. And I think that laughing and smiling just has the capacity to make every situation better. I had a day this week, a day of all kinds of mishaps. Nothing went right. Whatever I started, whatever I touched, everything went wrong. My food got burned and I was stuck at work. I couldn't do anything right, really. So I thought, okay, I'll just do something simple. I'll just do the laundry, just that I get one thing done properly today. And I was thinking, well, what could possibly go wrong when I do the laundry? Well, things went wrong. What happened was there was a piece of paper stuck between the laundry, a thick brown paper. I have no idea why I overlooked that, but I did. And so the washing machine is done. It's beeping. I open it, and what I see was a mess. A mess of sticky brown pieces of paper everywhere inside the washing machine and stuck on every piece of clothing that was in there. Plus, my laundry got discolored because of the brown paper. And also, even though I used cold water, I have no idea how that happened. One piece of my clothing shrunk. It was too small. So, that's what happened. So, what could possibly go wrong when I do the laundry? Well, everything went wrong. And when I looked at that, it was so ridiculous that during this day, everything had gone wrong, that all I could do was just laugh because it was really ridiculous. And Tom and I, we had a good laugh. We just shrugged our shoulders and we just cleaned everything and we laughed because there was nothing else to do really. It would not have helped to be angry or frustrated. It would not change anything, right? It wouldn't help my laundry, the discolored shirt. Nothing would have become better. And it's not fun to be frustrated and angry. So I choose to be amused. I prefer that. So that was a brilliant opportunity to practice activating joy and to just lift the corners of my mouth, even though the whole situation is not funny in itself. So I hope you were inspired by that. And next time you maybe have a day like that, you just use this opportunity and say, okay, I'm going to practice activating joy and I'm going to lift the corners of my mouth because really there is nothing else to do and nothing else makes sense. And I'll at least just get a good laugh out of this whole mess. Okay? So that's the thing for you today. I hope it helps and I hope you have fun, especially when you think of Sheldon or maybe me with my mess in the washing machine. Whatever helps you, whatever works for you. Just lift the corners of your mouth and keep them up until you feel better. Until you can feel that this smile is becoming real and the magic and the power of the smile begins to pervade you. And just really trust the power of a smile. All you need to do, but that's really something you need to do. Lift the corners of the mouth. And I know this is not always easy. I know from experience. Sometimes it's really hard. Sometimes it's so much easier to just kind of lean back and just get lost in all these negative emotions, or just to wait until something happens or something comes and cheers you up. Yes, this is easier, but I can guarantee you from experience it's worth activating joy. It's worth it to just take all your strength, lift the corners of the mouth, keep them lifted, and make this decision. I am in control of my life. I'm in control of my emotions. I'm not just a reaction to whatever is going on around me, okay? So you're powerful in this very moment. You're so powerful when you make this decision and you lift the corners of your mouth. So use every opportunity that presents itself. Maybe you drop something, a glass or whatever, and it breaks. Just instead of being frustrated or angry, or stressed, just lift the corners of the mouth. Tom and I do this a lot because we drop things a lot. So we have a lot of opportunities to practice that. And the beauty is when something, first you need to train something new, you have to get used to it, and it's a bit tricky and it's a challenge, and then you kind of make it a habit. And I've noticed a while ago that Tom and I made a habit of having a good laugh when something falls and breaks. And I didn't realize that because for us it was kind of normal. But then we had a guest, a friend was with us, and we dropped the glass and it broke into 1,000 pieces. And Tom and I, of course, had a good laugh. That's all we do. And then I looked at our friend, and from his reaction, I just understood and realized that's maybe not so normal to just shrug the shoulders and laugh and clean up the mess. And then he looked at us and he was really surprised and he said, "Oh my gosh, I'm so glad that you guys can laugh about that. That's awesome." So from his reaction, I just understood that, interesting, this has become a habit for us. So that's what's going to happen for you guys as well. Practice it. Do it a lot. Take every opportunity. And lift the corners of your mouth. Keep them lifted. Very, very, very important. It's really like training your body, training a muscle, for example, or training cardio. You have to do it for a while. Because when you say, I want to train cardio, I want to do cardio training, for example, I'm going to run around the desk for one time. And then you sit down and say, this cardio thing seems not to work for me. That doesn't work, right? So you have to run around the block at least. And not just once a year. You have to do it on a regular basis. And it's this very same thing. Training the muscles, training your heart, training your inner state of mind. It's the same thing. You have to practice. You have to do it. And you have to do it regularly. So lift the corners of your mouth. Keep them lifted. Enjoy feeling weird. Enjoy feeling awkward. Enjoy feeling silly. It's part of the game. And then trust that the magic of the smile is going to work for you, because it will, and it always does. It always does. You will feel that every smile has its magic. Sometimes you will feel more relaxed. Sometimes you will feel calm. Sometimes you will just laugh so much that your belly will ache. Okay, it will be different every time, but you will always feel better. And I think that's the important thing. So be creative. Use every little thing in your everyday life to practice lifting the corners of your mouth and to practice activating joy, so it becomes part of your life, it becomes your habit, and it becomes part of you. And it's getting easier and easier every time. And then you can just enjoy the magic of a smile. And with this, I'm sending you a smile. And I hope that you enjoy activating joy. Thank you so much for letting me be part of your life. I hope this was helpful today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you enjoy my whole podcast. If you do, please recommend my podcast to other humans. I would highly appreciate your support. If you want to know more about my work or myself, just check out my website. It's yuna.com, yuna.com. And also get in touch with me. I'm on social media as well. You can get in touch. Just use my name, Suzanne Freihertz. That's Suzanne with a Z. And just get in touch and let me know what you think about the podcast. And I'm, of course, very open to fulfilling wishes. If there is something where you think like, how could I see this in a positive way, or use this in a positive way, or respond in a positive way? well, something, anything about positivity, get in touch, let me know. I'm happy to support you. And now, please, everyone, let's take a breath. Lift the corners of the mouth. Think of Sheldon. Think of the mess in my washing machine. Feel a little silly and enjoy this feeling. And let the joy flow into your face, into your head. Let it flow down through your throat and pervade your beautiful heart and your whole being. Until next time, stay healthy. Take good care of yourself, of everyone else around you, and create joy and bliss. Shed the negative. The new normal is insanely positive.